The Patriots have made 3 more selections. They ended up taking 1 late in the 4th round, 1 in the 5th, and then they did trade a little bit back here to take 1 early in the 6th. We're going to break that down here on Patriots Today by Chat Sports. I am your host, Allie Barefoot. Go on ahead, hit that sub button for me if you guys haven't already, because I've told you once and I'll tell you again, this is the time to be subscribed to Patriots Today by Chat Sports. If you guys haven't heard, I mean, the Patriots are absolutely killing the draft right now. So be sure to hit that sub button for me if you guys have not already. Patriots have added several players on offense and on defense. Defense more in the later rounds, which as we knew was going to come at some point. But I do think the Patriots are doing what they should, and that is addressing the holes they have in the offense. So let's go on ahead and break down the pick number 137, round number 4, Joshua Farmer. This will be the second defensive players the Patriots have drafted. They did take Craig Woodson earlier in the 4th pick, the defensive tackle out of Florida State. Right off the bat, I really like this pick for the Patriots. We do need to add a little bit more here with Christian Barmore's injury, and then Milton Williams. He'll probably play a little bit behind Milton Williams for a couple of years, or maybe even step in if Christian Barmore does still have some blood clot issues. But as you guys can see here from Tom Downey, our scouting report shows he has high motor and crazy length displayed in flashes of pass rushing abilities. Man, is it nice to add a little bit more here to the pass rush. Offers some explosion and some solid athleticism, and then inconsistent and not where he should be as a run stopper, especially of his size. So right now we're looking at about 6'3" at 305 pounds. Obviously has plenty of size to go around for a guy like this, and you guys can even see here that from Florida, the 6'3", 1/4 is his height, and he's got 8 tackles for loss, 4 sacks in the year of 2024. So I would like that sack production to be a little bit higher, but I understand that if his pass protection is probably one of his highlights here, I would assume the quarterback has already gotten rid of it. So here is what Dane Brugler actually had to say about the Patriots' new defensive tackle, saying, Farmer goes through too many quiet stretches on film, but he is a force creator with his natural power as a two-gapper and promising pass rush tools. He should step in as a rotation as a rookie and has the potential to be a full-time starter. I mean, that is really big coming from a guy like Dane Brugler and what he had to say about Joshua Farmer here. And like I said, with the Patriots, you're really not 110% sure how Christian Barmore is going to look this year. And with how many injuries the Patriots had last year, I think there's no issue with adding a couple more players here on the depth chart. But I wanted to bring up this quote that I saw Joshua Farmer say after he got drafted, and I loved it. I know you guys are going to love it too. We're bringing back the old New England. Myself, Milton Williams, Christian Barmore, we're going to bring back the old New England. As you guys know, that took us to the absolute dynasty, 6 Super Bowl rings with Tom Brady. So I think that with that being said, you got a guy that wants to come back in, and he wants to really be a Patriot, recreate that dynasty. And that's what Mike Vrabel and Josh McDaniels are trying to do as 2 former Patriots, staff and players themselves. So I really like this so far of Joshua Farmer. I think his attitude is fantastic, especially with what he just said about wanting to bring back the old New England. So I'm excited to have another depth piece to the defensive tackle room. And of course, if he does end up rotating in with a guy like Milton Williams or Christian Barmore, I think it could be a good fit. So let me know what you guys think. Grade the Farmer draft pick. Go on ahead and give me A, B, C, D, or F in the comment section down below. Now, right before we do break down the other drafts here, I do want to go on ahead and the other draft picks, I should say. I do want to go on ahead and tell you guys real quick about our sponsor on today's show. And of course, that is going to be Game Time. If you guys are looking to get tickets to watch the Patriots, the Boston Red Sox, the Bruins, or maybe the Boston Celtics this season, then download the Game Time app today. The reason why I use Game Time is because I love the fact that I am always going to get lowest price guaranteed. Not to mention, you get a nice little 180 panoramic view in your app from your seat before you buy. That way you guys are sure this is where you want to sit and you're not sitting behind a pole or sitting near the men's restroom. And another feature I really like here is that you guys can save up to 60% off last-minute tickets for sporting events, concerts, comedy shows, maybe even the theater as well. So if you guys want to go ahead and download that Game Time app, I have used this for several occasions, whether it's just taking myself out, whether it's taking my boyfriend out, my friends, my family. I promise you will not be disappointed. So go ahead and download the Game Time app. Use promo code CHATSPORTS. This will give you guys $20 off your first time buying tickets while terms do apply. Again, download the Game Time app. Use promo code CHATSPORTS for $20 off your first time buying tickets while terms do apply. Download the Game Time app today because what time is it? It is game time. Finally, the Patriots address position I was wondering when they were going to address. It came in round 5, pick number 146, Braydn Swinson, the edge out of LSU. I really like this pick for the edge room. We do still have Keion White, and we even picked up Harold Landry in the offseason, but a guy like Braydn Swinson is going to be able to come in right off the bat and hopefully make an impact. Here is what you're looking at in terms of his height and weight. Perfect right there. He's got some slimness to him at 255 pounds, but still has some muscle, as you guys can see. Almost 6'4", only 22 years old. Definitely has a bright future ahead of him alongside a guy like Keion White. But as you guys can see there in the lower left corner, his stats are what make me most attracted to this guy for the Patriots. 8.5 sacks. We need sack production from the Patriots defense. 60 pressures on college quarterbacks. We're still talking about the SEC, baby. This kid knows how to find the quarterback and make his life a living hell. Not to mention 3 years at Oregon, 2 at LSU. And there was a comment that I did see from him that really gave me a little bit of hope here. And that was the fact that he went to LSU and he played with another LSU quarterback, Jayden Daniels, but obviously they played on different sides of the football here. But Braydn Swinson said he picked up something from Daniels. You never see Jayden Daniels in public without a football. He's like, whether it's in the car, when he's grocery shopping, or he's out shopping at the mall, he's always got a ball with him. Swinson does the exact same thing. He said, this is the dream. This is what I play for. The ball is everything. So he carries the ball around everywhere he goes. He said he needs a Patriots ball because he can't have a Commanders one. But that is the type of mindset that a kid like Swinson, or a man like Swinson, is able to bring to the Patriots. And that's exactly what I want. I know it's exactly what you guys and Mike Vrabel want, are just players that literally want to leave it all out in the field. I mean, Will Campbell, for crying out loud, said, I'm willing to die out there and fight for my team. So when you hear a guy like Swinson taking a great play out of a great player's book like Jayden Daniels, it makes me very, very excited. Tom Downey said good length and burst, and he uses it well. That's great. Knows how he has that skill set, and hopefully it does translate to the college from the NFL. Has a knack for getting his hands up in the throwing lanes. Beautiful. Give me the pass deflections, baby. However, pass rush plan isn't fully developed yet. He doesn't have great power versus the run. So this sounds like a good opportunity for Terrell Williams, a defensive line coach. He is hopefully going to be able to make this edge rusher dominant. Dane Brugler. Swinson is a green high side rusher with the athletic tools to threaten the edge and chase down the football. It might be tough for him to sustain 3-down responsibilities until he can set a more firm edge, though. He is best suited for a stand-up reserve role on passing downs in a 3-4 scheme. So the Patriots right now do run a 3-4 scheme, which is why I do think he does have the possibility of fitting in very quickly. But I also think it's a good opportunity for him to kind of learn behind Harold Landry and Keion White, maybe in some rotations, but I do think this will be a progressing player. But I like that he's 22 years old. I like the Patriots can develop him and continue to move forward. But that was not the only position, nor the last position that the Patriots did draft before the seventh round. Oh my gosh, on the third day. I'm getting all my numbers mixed up here. But before I do hop into that, let me go on ahead and ask you guys this, because I'm excited we finally got an edge rusher. This was a position of need on my board that I wanted the Patriots to end up taking. Maybe a little bit higher than this, but you know what? You got a great guy. I mean, this is a guy that's projected to be a top 100 player, and they got him in the pick 140s. That's fantastic. So go on ahead, hit that like button for me if you guys have not already. If you guys are glad the Patriots finally drafted an edge, it's about time, and I do think we got a good one. So now for the latest selection from the New England Patriots, they did end up trading down. Let me go ahead and bring you guys that trade here real quick. That way you can exactly see what the Patriots are working with here. And they ended up trading with the Detroit Lions. So they gave them pick number 171 overall. And in return, we dropped a little bit to 182 and then regained our 7th. We ended up giving away our 7th to move up to 137. So we got another one. So right now we should have 1 pick in the 6th. And we should have 3 picks in the 7th. Actually, I do think I have a full breakdown of those picks right here, which I can bring up. No problem. Just kidding, I don't have it. Okay, well, it was a fun fever dream to think that I did have that. Oh, hold up. I'm so good at my job. Here are our future picks here. So we actually had 2 5th-round picks, and then we turned that 171 into 182. That was a 6th-round pick, and now we have 2 7th. So that is a still pretty good slate here for the Patriots to still pick up some top talent. And here is what I like what New England did with pick number 182. They ended up trading down 4. I mean, I think they really utilized this pick the best they absolutely could. And overall, they ended up taking the first kicker out of the 2025 NFL Draft. The kicker out of Miami, it's going to be Andre Borregales. So here is the notes that I have from the kicker because believe me, I'm not fluent in the kickers this year, but I do think he is a very good pick. And because the Patriots really needed help in this department because we lost Joey Sly in free agency, so that is why I am okay with taking a kicker in the 6th round. So here's the scouting report on him. He's an accurate kicker with just one career extra point missed. He is 6 for 8 from 50-plus yards over the last 2 seasons. Leg is not elite, but more than long enough. So he's the number 1 kicker overall ranked by Tom Downey here, and that is why I'm glad the Patriots, they ended up getting another need on their board, which, of course, was the kicker position because we lost it in free agency. So Dane Brugler did not have anything to say on him. Wow, I pushed that graphic just a little bit too early there. Maybe I should have done a quicker check. But let's bring up his stats here, as you guys can see. 62 for 62 on extra points in 2024, 18 for 19 on field goals. I mean, a 95% field goal percentage. His longest being 56. The kid's got a cannon for an arm, obviously. And he's a very accurate kicker as well. This doesn't look like that he's just, chucking these things. And yeah, maybe they have the distance, but do they have the accuracy? So a couple more notes here is that he is from Venezuela. He has a brother who is also a kicker, Jose Borregales. In 2023, he kicked 85%, and he was 44 for 45 on extra points. He only had 1 inside the 50 in 2023. And then he had his career long of 51 in 2023. Then he jumped to 56, a career long in 2024. So obviously he's getting stronger, working a little bit more here on his craft as well. So I think this is going to be a good opportunity for New England to just start new. Obviously he didn't, do what the Bill Belichick did and trade up for a guy like Chad Ryland, but you ended up taking him. I personally like kickers in the 7th, but you checked all the boxes that you needed for positions at this time. So I think it's time for New England to do this, take a kicker, and I'm glad they did. So I'll ask you guys this. Give me your one-word reaction to the Patriots draft so far. Let me know what you guys are thinking. Right now, I'm just going to say awesome. Just an awesome draft. Go on ahead, let me know in the comment section down below. And as always, go on ahead and hit that sub button for me if you guys haven't already.